All right, YouTube, what's up? It's your boy, JMMA here. I am back here with another one. And today we will be reviewing and going over the Sterling and Yan fight. I have my notes pulled up. Told y'all on the community page. I just had to rewatch the fight a couple of times, take down a few little small notes, intricate notes, and then we can review the fight. All right, we can go over it. We can talk about it down below in the comments. So if y'all haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, man. Share if you're new, join the family, join the gang. And without further ado, man, here we go. Alright, man, so let's just get right into it. First off, congratulations to Aljamain Sterling for beating Petr, because I'm gonna get into this. Now you know what, I might actually make this a video. Probably not. We'll see. But a lot of times these champions, black champions, usually, people are talking about robberies. It happened with Kobe and Usman, and it happened with Izzy and Rob. Instead of congratulating the champion for the performance they put on. Now, I'm not saying that no one's protected from critique, because even I critique Izzy, but giving them the proper, you just going straight into they suck, and they did this wrong, that wrong, and instead of congratulating them first, that's like, I'm gonna give you an example, my nigga. That's like you win a game tournament, right? Like you win that whole bitch, right? And instead of a nigga walking up and congratulating you, they just spew bullshit in your face. Oh, you could have did this right, this right, this right. But the guy that you fought, I think he got robbed. He should have won. Instead of fucking shit like that would piss you off, right? So give them the proper respect, and then you can critique them, you know what I'm saying? But just straight up going into that's neither here nor there. But congratulations to Aljamain Sterling. He controlled Petr for 2 rounds, right? It was about 7 minutes and some change. It was close to 8. I'm rounding the shit up. He controlled Petr for 8 minutes. So out of 2 rounds, which is 10 minutes, 5 minutes each, Petr got control for 8 of those minutes. So that means about 2 minutes and 2 seconds, probably maybe a little bit under that, they were on a feed and exchange. Now let's go over step by step. All right, first round comes and it's immediate. Something that I talked about in Cody, with Cody thinking Prioxis when we did our predictions, we all came to the agreement that they had their first fight. So both of these guys are going to be changing their game plan, which they did. They both changed their game plan, and Petr is usually a quote unquote slow starter. He's usually a guy that likes to download what his opponent is doing. But I think that I said, and Cody and Pride, that I think Petr has gotten the reps in with Aljamain Sterling to where I don't think he needs to do that, and for the most part it looked like that's what he was about to do. So he comes forward, he's pressuring Petr's pressuring Aljamain Sterling for the most part, but Aljamain Sterling is really the one who's landing most of the shots off the back foot. He's landing, he's touching Petr. He's landing that long jab that he has, as you can see in the picture behind me. That's actually from about the first round. He's landing that jab. He landed a significant amount of body kicks and leg kicks, which I thought the leg kicks was key, and he kept moving. He didn't stay stationary in front of Petr, because we all know Petr is not a guy that's gonna press you and just throw volume in your face like a Max Holloway. When he throws, it's calculated. He throws a combo every now and again. He wants you to feel it. And let's say this, all right, ring generalship does not equal pressure. That's just not pressure. I put up a tweet on Twitter, and I tried to explain it to people the best way that they can understand it. It's not just pressure, all right? Like you going out there and just pressuring somebody, saying, oh, well, they were on the back foot the whole fight. Aljamain did nothing but run. So if you want to do that, that means every counter striker that's ever fought, it loses a majority of the round. Like Wonderboy is a great outside fighter. Wonderboy is not a guy. He would welcome you to come forward and pressure him, because he's just going to fight on the outside, right? Israel Adesanya, Conor McGregor, a bunch of these counter strikers, Anderson Silva, a lot of these counter strikers and guys who fight on the outside, that's what they do. They use their movement, stay on the outside, they welcome the pressure, you know what I mean? So to say that, that's kind of, for one, y'all are doing this to disrespect Aljamain Sterling is kind of messed up, and for two, I think y'all most people are just misinformed, right? Ring generalship, in my opinion, it's pretty much controlling the pace of the fight, right? You're like, for example, like I said, I put it up on Twitter. Eddie Alvarez and Alexander Volkanovski are probably the two prime examples I can give of this, right? They both, in not every fight, but majority of the fights, they establish a jab and they establish distance. See, that's key. Establishing a jab and setting the distance. Eddie Alvarez did that great against Justin Gaethje, and Volkanovski does it in every fucking fight that we've seen. So they establish a jab and they control the distance. Right now, most people just think ring generalship, oh, I pressure you, I get you on your back foot, I'm controlling octagon control, or ring control as they do in boxing, octagon control, that's ring generalship, you gotta give me. No, it's not like that, man. You gotta control the pace of the fight, make your opponent fight at your pace. Like Alexander Volkanovski, he sets his jab, he controls the distance, and he pretty much keeps his, he's pretty much not completely against the cage where he's getting clinched and things like that. That's another key thing, right? So he's pretty much controlling the pace of the fight. He's letting his opponent, he's keeping his opponent at bay. He's controlling them. He's not allowing them to get the offense off. That's pretty much the basis of ring generalship. Now, if you do it on the outside for example, someone like a Wonder Boy Thompson, right? You fighting at your pace. You let the opponent come forward, you let them throw volume, you counter them, you keep on the move, you're using your footwork, you're moving side to side, in and out. That's ring generalship. You controlling the pace of the round, controlling the pace of the fight, wins you the round, no matter if you're going forward or moving backwards. All right, so that for motherfuckers to be saying that Aljamain lost the first round, ridiculous. He won the first round. All right, Petr really didn't throw a lot of volume that round. He pretty much just walked Aljamain Sterling down in hope. I guess he was hoping that Aljamain retired, right? So first round, at first I kind of had it Jan when I watched it live because I was just like so hyping into it. I had it Jan 10-9, but I watched it back twice. Jan didn't win that round. All right, so second round, right? Actually, it starts off they're striking a little bit, and immediately Aljo gets a takedown. Now I'm gonna put it in a clip because I called this and I want to rub it in y'all face because I literally said this. I said the minute Aljamain Sterling gets Petr down, he's going to panic and give up his back. I honestly think he could probably get the fight down to the ground and Jan just like panic. Cause I'm letting y'all know now, if this fight goes down to the ground and Aljo clamps them wrists down and Jan can't get up, he's gonna start panicking. And what do you know? What does he do? He panics and gives up his back. I see it. I saw it, bro. And now let's talk about this. I do believe that both of the rounds were actually a 10-8, but I'll play. I'll play along. I'll give you the second round. All right, the second round was a 10-8. All right, now a lot of people, they expect, motherfucker face to be beat the fuck in, getting the niggas expect teeth to be knocked out and shit for it to be a 10-8. Like, no, somebody put this up on Twitter, right? They put up what a 10-8 means. I'm putting it on the screen somewhere. That's what the fuck a 10-8 is, man. It's not 10-8 is just not absolutely, punching your opponent is just getting fucking mauled and he has nothing to do and things like, no, dominating your fucking if you control your opponent's back for 4 minutes, that says more about the opponent. Let me calm down because I'm trying to think in before I can talk. I see a lot of people talking about Aljamain Sterling laid and he just laid on Petr, but not a lot of people talking about Jan's inability to get up. And that's really one of my main problems when grapplers fight strikers or just fight in general. Am I offending Islam Makhachev? No. But if he takes someone down and they can't get up, that's their fault. That's not his fault. He's doing his job. You know what I'm saying? If he's doing enough for the ref to not stand him up, that's what he's doing. It's the opponent's job to get up. The opponent can't complain. You have to get up. You have to do something. Petr Yan, he basically accepted the fact that he was not going to get out of that body triangle. And in about 1 minute and 9 seconds left in that round, Aljamain Sterling said, "All right, you're not going to do anything." So he basically turns he turns. Petr Yan tries to turn away from the body triangle. Aljo flips him over and he lands ground to pound. End of the round. Second round, I believe that was a 10-8. Arguably, that's probably the only round that was a 10-8, but I give it to you. All right, third round comes. They're striking again. Now you can see Yan is getting a little bit frustrated. He's coming out. He's with it. Yan whiffed a lot in this fight. I think Yan fought with a little bit too much emotion. This isn't Petr Yan that I've seen. This ain't the Petr Yan that fought Aldo. This ain't the Petr Yan that fought Sang. And this Yan is. He fought a little bit too emotional. He came out and with Aljo gets another takedown. He controls him for about another 3 minutes. End of that round. That round wasn't really anything, right? Now, going into that fourth round, I literally said this, and I wasn't paying attention because I'm watching it with people. I didn't hear Ray Longo say this, but I said this too. I thought Petr Yan was gonna come out ultra aggressive. Usually the fourth and the fifth round are the rounds that he usually comes out the most aggressive anyways. But the fact that he probably thinks he's down, he's down 2-1. He's gonna have to come out ultra aggressive these last this fourth and fifth round. So I kind of figured that, right? And then Ray Longo said it, so I'm like, okay, all right. So he comes out and immediately Aljamain Sterling feels the pressure. Now, if you really go look at the statistics, most of those 22 takedowns mostly came in that fourth round just from Aljo. I'm gonna be honest, he panic wrestled. He felt the heat of the moment. He's like, fuck, Petr Yan was moving in. Petr Yan was picking up that volume. Aljamain Sterling was like, I can't let him do it. So he consistently shot, whether he missed or landed it. He consistently shot. I believe he didn't get a single takedown. I think he shot. I'm gonna put it somewhere on the screen. I don't know how many takedowns he shot. I'm saying put it on screen. I might not even do that. I don't know how many takedowns he shot specifically, but I'll probably, if I had to give an estimate, probably 15 to 18 takedowns in that one round. So that's a lot of damn takedowns to be shooting. I'll give that round to Petr Yan just based on the fact he denied like a majority of those takedowns, and he outpaced him. He pretty much he outstruck Aljo and held Aljo fighting at his pace. Again, ring generalship. Fifth round was probably the most competitive round since the first round, in my opinion. That round was ultra competitive. They both had their moments. I do think Petr Yan edged it out though just a bit. Petr Yan did a great job, but of not only pressuring but getting off his offense. And I think Petr Yan's best when he's calm and not getting too emotional. I think he just let Aljo in the moment and Aljo controlling him really get in his head. I really think Petr Yan could have won this fight. He really could have won this fight, but he just let the emotions get the best of him, and Aljamain started to capitalized on it and won. All right. So the fifth round comes. Petr Yan's doing a great job of it. He's picking it up, right? But Aljo's throwing back. He's doing his job. He's trying to, basically secure the round. Both of these guys, I'm pretty sure the corners told them that they have to secure this round to win the fight. So both of them are trying to do that. Aljamain again is unsuccessful with wrestling, and that probably edged out Petr Yan around, because I believe Petr Yan actually they had some moments in the fifth round where he controlled Aljo in the clinch. I believe he actually got Aljo down to the ground for just a brief moment, and got off some decent shots. So the fight ends, right? Now I pretty much either thought it was a draw or a win for Aljo. I don't think Yan won 3-2. Just because I thought it was a 10-8 round to say. I actually thought it was 2 10-8 rounds in the second and third, but I didn't think Aljo lost the fight. I either thought it was a draw, which would set up a trilogy, or Aljo won, which would completely, dead this whole, this whole fight, right? Bruce Buffer announced it. He says, I believe he says 48-47 Eljo, and then he says 48-47 Jan. When he said that, I got nervous because I was like, huh? Because I thought he was gonna say 48-48 or like, I thought he was gonna say some shit like that or 47-47. Then he says 48-47 again. So I'm like, fuck, this ain't gonna be no draw. This ain't gonna be no draw. Somebody won this fight. And usually when they do split decisions, every time, not every time, but about 50% of the time, the person that I think won always gets the short end of the stick. But unfortunately, I saw Dana White's face. I look for these visual cues because they do it in UFC for a lot to give you visual cues of who won when it's like a split, when it's a close fight. I looked at Dana White and Bruce Buffer's face. He's reading off the cards. So I'm like, fuck, he ain't doing nothing. Then I look at Dana White. Dana White just had like this down look on his face. I'm like, yeah, Eljo won. And then he announced Eljo wins, right? So that's pretty much, that was the fight. My thoughts on it, pretty much, I thought Eljo did a great job. He had a great game plan. He pretty much knew that he wasn't going to outpace Jan, use that pace that he put on Pedro Munoz or Jimmy Rivera. He wasn't going to be able to do that because Jan does not, literally the dude, I wouldn't say he doesn't get tired, but he don't get fucking tired. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want to say he doesn't get tired, but the nigga don't get tired, if that makes sense, you know what I mean? So he pretty much knew he couldn't use that pace, so he came out with a completely different game plan. And I thought Jan didn't look great. I was expecting Jan to come out guns blazing, and we didn't get that, man. And unfortunately, he lost the fight. And now I still think people are not gonna give Aljamain Sterling his credit. He beat Petr Yan, like the guy that most thought was pound for pound number one. A lot of it, which is crazy, they really thought he was pound for pound number one. My opinion is ultimate vote. You can honestly make an argument for both guys. You can honestly do a 1A and 1B, and I would not be mad. But a lot of people thought he was pound for pound number one and things like this. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, but I'm not gonna keep y'all here too long because it's like a 16-minute fucking video, 17 minutes by the time I get finished with this. So I ain't gonna keep y'all here too long, man. So y'all let me know down below in the comments what y'all think about this, what y'all thought about the fight in general, man. Y'all just let me know. We can chop it up down below in the comments, man. Peace, love, and prosperity. Love y'all. Overall, UFC 273. Really, Saturday in general was a great day for sports because we got Triple G fought like 8 a.m. that morning. We got Michaela Mayer fought, then Ryan Garcia fought, then we got Lubin and Fondora, then we got UFC 273. So there was a lot of great boxing and MMA fights on, so not mad. It was a great night of fights. But anyways, man, yo, let me know down below in the comments what y'all think, man. Peace, love, and prosperity. Love every single one of y'all, man. It's been your boy Jamie. Do something productive with your day. Beating your me is not productive. See y'all next time, man. It's been your boy. Stay up, stay blessed, and I'm out. Peace.